Yeah, Tekken.
Uh, so last time, are we talking about? Tur-
Dragon Ball Z.
Are we talking about which campaign?
Dungeons and Gappers, just
Okay,
because
okay.
Ramblin's not here. If he was, we could be playing his.
Um, I don't remember. I remember the part where like
Wonderful.
RPG was all like seducing slash persuading that vampire lady or whatever lady
What? That did not happen.
or person, and he was all like, "I'm, I am."
What, Batman now?
I
What's happening?
No, that's
Because,
Tekken. That's evil
because
Tekken.
I mean,
Evil Tekken is Batman. Did you
were,
forget
were
that?
we in the we're in the same campaign? Because apparently I became Batman
I'm the
and
guy.
I'm
left.
Tekken.
That's the whole thing.
The guy,
So
the
yeah.
I can't think of his name. No, the bad guy, main villain guy, and
Talking
Magpie?
about
yeah,
Magpie.
he's like, I'm Magpie, and then Tortuga got like flushed through a thingy, and then he came out, and then let's see. I guess stuff happened after that, but I don't remember. So that's like the last thing I remember.
Passing it off to
Going-
Sax. Not Sax.
I
Sax wasn't here.
wasn't
Pass it
here
off to
last
Gur.
time.
Sorry, you both have 3-letter names, and I've had a migraine the whole week. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Gur, you can pick up for us, or where Tekken left off.
There was a drow. We were stuck in the cemetery, temple, whatever, with infinite floors.
Oh yeah, that's the time when the angel thingies kicked our butt, wasn't it?
The angel showed up. And
Didn't fight any
Or
angels.
celestial thingies.
you didn't fight angels. You went to fight angels, but instead Tortuga was like, "Hey, I am the priest of Helm, and you will be nice to us." And it listened and actually just went away. Especially because y'all freed it. It tried to attack you all, and then someone, I honestly don't remember if it was Tortuga or no, it had to have been Tortuga because Sax wasn't there. Tortuga started speaking, and everybody got scared, but he did a very good job and convinced the angel to just go and leave them be.
Yay.
Just more evidence that we're in some sort of hell.
I mean,
Helm is only 1 letter away from hell.
what a strange coincidence.
But yeah, y'all were in a room where there was that angel, and then you went south, and you went into a room where there was a bunch of drow who were talking. And I think you tried to convince them that you were someone or a group of people from something, and it didn't quite work out. And then they attacked you, and Tortuga almost died twice. And then as they died, who did I write down here? It was Tekken, Gur, Tortuga, and Chip. Found themselves marked with these weird symbols that are kind of moving about on your body.
Wait, you guys all got cursed?
It's a common theme.
Do you know what the marks do?
Also, you all, in one of the rooms, found a mirror that Tortuga smashed, trying to solve a puzzle. And then I think, and if this didn't happen, I'm going to say it happened. I think someone had mending and cast mending on the mirror to repair it. But there are certain items that it was showing in the mirror, sitting on a table. So in that room, there was a table, and the mirror was reflecting the room, but there were items in the reflection, but not in the real world. So you all are assuming maybe you need to find those items. And yes, that is where, in the room that you are currently in, there is a very small inset to the west. There are the doors you came from the north. And there are dead drow on the ground that have already been looted, which had given a set of prayer beads, a priest, and a prayer book that one of y'all decided or realized was from the Raven. And if y'all didn't decide that or figure that out, I'm telling you now. So yeah, that's what we leave off. You're in a room. There's an entrance to the west, and the entrance you came from the north. Chip is currently residing on Tekken's shoulder.
You said there's a door to the north and the west, right?
Yeah, y'all came from the north, and there is a door to the west. The only thing y'all have done in this room so far was kill a few drow and loot the drow.
Guess we can go through the door. That's to the whichever
Alright, I
direction.
didn't change my character.
That might be a good idea. And then I am going to open this thing right here. Huh. I like how because every one of your characters is named Tekken, that you can confuse the heck out of the Avray bot.
There's always a Tekken.
Making sure he's the correct one. Oh, crap.
Tekken Prime, if you will.
Actually, you don't know if this is Tekken Prime. There's many worlds.
I mean, since my character resides in this one, I'm going to make him Tekken Prime. All the others are just cheap knockoffs. Plus evil Tekken.
Are you just going to take that Tekken?
Well, I mean, of course he's going to be okay with it. He's Tekken Prime. How this works.
I guess. Crap.
So evil Tekken.
I'm not evil Tekken.
I'm saying there is an evil Tekken.
Oh.
That's all the knockoffs and.
How very dare you?
I'm just saying. Okay, well, I'm back on my regular character now. Guess that.
Okay. There we go. Perfect. Here we go. So, which way are you all planning on going?
All right, I hate mirror puzzles. So we came in one door, we'll go out the other, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all came in from the door, set of double doors to the north, and there is a door to the west in the room.
All right, and before we leave the room, there are objects in the mirror that are not in the room, right? So
You are currently, just to help you all backtrack a little bit, the room you're currently in, and because Tekken is our mapper, and he definitely would have remembered this, the room you're currently in, you can go north, and then in that room, you can go west, and then in that room, you came from the west, which is where the stairs were. So you started in this area, you went east, the door you came from shut and vanished. In that room, there was the mirror. Then you went east again, which is where you found the big ol' angel. And then you went south, which is where you currently all are.
okay, so we convinced the angel, we freed it. We went to the next room. There were drow who were saying, "Hey, where's our captive angel?" And we were like, we got them, and now we killed you, and now we'll keep going on.
Yep, and you have found the small little icon of your sword, Gur, and that was one of the items that you all saw in the mirror.
Aha. So let's stop trying to get the items out of the mirror. We have to find them somewhere in their actual rooms, and maybe we'll bring them back to the mirror.
What were the items?
They were like tokens with symbols on them. One of them was a small little token that looked like Gur's sword, which you all found. There was one that looked like a very specific lyre. Not Sax the liar, but Sax's lyre.
So you get tripped over your own puns with that one. So
yeah. So for Tekken, there was just a set of fists because he just Nope. I thought about it before I said it.
You almost walked right into that one.
You almost didn't.
He punches everything to death. It solves everything by punching. In fact, I think one of the ways you all made into here was not by lockpicking, but by Tekken actually just punching the door to smithereens.
Yes, there was the puzzle room we couldn't figure out, so Tekken just bashed the doors.
Yep.
When in doubt.
Punch it out.
The average IQ kind of dips a little depending on who's in the party.
There was also a icon of looked like a mace with a blue shell on it.
So these icons all have something to do with each of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oddly, that. Yeah.
Totally not the magic of the place that determines based on who's in it what has to be found. So yeah, that is.
I feel like past future us should have, solved all these things for us, so you don't have to go through all this trouble. We really did not think that through, did we?
Yeah, we didn't think it through. That's just a blanket statement that can be applied to everything we do.
Most of our actions? Yeah. Guess we'll go out to the next room then, because we have to find all these tokens. And wait, you already found yours?
Yours was already found, yeah. I believe, I could be wrong in this. It's possible what I had originally written down I changed while we were running it, but I believe the angel actually gave it to you, Gur. Unless it was found, because I don't believe it was found within the now dead drow.
It is
that the angel had
possible.
But if the angel didn't give it to you, the angel gave it to you. I'm retconning things at this point because it's been half a month since we played, I think.
Just say 2 weeks.
No, I got sword token from Trapped Angel. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
We got let's see. I have a skeleton. Most recent items are a skeleton key of bones, the sword token from the Trapped Angel, drow prayer beads, drow sacrificial wavy blade, and the drow small book of Raven Queen.
Perfect. Cool. Everything I wrote down was the same information I gave you all.
Interesting.
Once in a while, I take notes that part of them are meant just for me, but I didn't make a distinction here. Apparently, the last time we played, I just wrote all the notes down.
Yeah. Okay.
I will also say there are a couple of puzzles planned for tonight, so if you all are not feeling very brainy, let me know, and I'll switch that over instead to no puzzles or less puzzles. Just let me know.
It depends. Our puzzle success rate has not been very good.
It hasn't.
To be fair, it's like it kind of depends on the puzzle because half the time,
like
the
last one we got was one that I remembered because I read it. So like that. It's kind of cheating, but
listen. Considering
you gotta do what you gotta do.
That yet there has not been a single, and Tortuga's not here, so I can say this without worry. There is yet to be a single I lick it for many sessions. So we're already ahead when it comes to puzzle solving. Also, slight cheating if you already know how the puzzle works. from my end as the DM, if you want to take that and just kind of throw some information out there to the rest of the players, if you know how it works, if you feel like you're going in circles, feel free. It is very frustrating to wander around and pretend you don't know how to solve a puzzle, or just wait for the rest of your party to do it. So.
It's like sitting on the information. It's like, solve it already!
Yeah. My favorite one, which I realized was bad, was the one with all the pillars and the doors y'all went to. But anywho, onwards. So you all are going to the west?
Yes.
Okay. So you walk up to the door. What is your marching order?
What's the safest marching order?
Correct.
Well, we should probably have Tekken and myself be ahead of you.
Wonderful.
Which means Chip is going to be right in the front on your shoulder, Tekken.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Are you opening the door, Tekken?
Do you have any like tricks to like magically open this door, Gur, without any danger happening?
I mean, you can always try twisting the knob and opening it.
Well, Sax has a ring of telekinesis, but other than that, I would just look at the door, see if it's trapped, and open it.
Okay, I'm just gonna open the door. F it.
Okay. You open the door.
Wait, have any of the other doors you guys gone through been trapped?
No.
Oh.
There is a door we couldn't get through. They wouldn't let us. And that's the way we had to go. So that's why we're on this branched path.
But Sax, the door could also be a mimic. Ah!
It's not really helping, Tekken, but thanks. Thanks for now unlocking another fear.
I have notes here that say, based off of the marching order, if Sax is the one to open it, he's going to find he's stuck to the door and then roll for initiative.
Help. Remind me not to open any doors in this place. That's wonderful. You sure you're not evil, Tekken?
Yep.
He shaves his goatee every morning.
He does not shave the goatee. He punches it off, okay?
Like they'll never know.
It adds a little bit of spike damage to his hands sometimes, because you know those little tiny hairs, when you shave, they get like stuck
Evil
in your
hair.
skin sometimes. Oh, gosh.
Tekken out of that haunted mansion. Well, jump on that one.
Oh, no, I just totally came up with an item that Tekken's going to get later on. Yep, definitely. I think you'll enjoy it. Great for Tekken. Sax is probably going to hate it. Okay.
Is it a mimic? Is it another mimic item? Because you can't keep giving our team members mimic items. We should have
No, only one of our team members has a mimic item.
which they lied about.
They didn't lie. They didn't know.
I'm like 95% sure that Gur knew that.
As far as you all are aware, they didn't know. That's actually up to Gur to decide, not me. So. Yeah. Are we ready to continue onward?
Yeah.
Okay. The door opens. Tekken. The first thing you notice, it is a very, very big, about a 60 by 60 foot room. It is dimly lit by 2 torches. There is one on each side of the room. You notice across the... This is before you've fully entered. You notice across the southern part of this room. So you're coming in from the east. You notice on the southern wall, it looks like there's 2 recesses. And yeah, that's where it is. Are you all going to walk into the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I am. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, look, there's 2 holes in the wall down there. Huh.
Yeah. Everyone wanders into the room.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, cool. I don't know. Not sure if someone's like, I'm going to stay behind. So,
Seems like a terrible idea, but okay.
you all make your way into the room. Chip just follows along because again, still on Tekken's shoulder. You walk through the room, and as Sax, you make your way through, you hear a fizzly pop sound, and you notice that the door that you came through now just appears to be a shadow of a door on the wall.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what the hell? Well, it looks like we might be semi-trapped in here. That's great.
We were already cut off from the main area anyway, so I guess.
Oh yeah, door. Well, I meant to do that in your face. Ha!
I don't think the door's gonna be,
Maybe
receptive to
maybe
that.
the door was a mimic, and it turned into the wall now.
The shadow slightly
That's
changes
terrible.
and alters, and it looks like there is a mustache on the shadowy door.
Oh, the
And
door's
you
evil.
hear a
Fantastic.
cackling coming from the other side.
See, I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. Told you.
Well, I hate this place, so there's that. Let's move away from the weird shadowy mustache door, because I'm pretty sure it's evil. Which is weird.
As you walk away, all of you, I assume, are making your way further into the room. It is dimly lit, so it's kind of a little difficult to see around. As you all walk away from the door, suddenly, okay. As you walk away from the door, suddenly, the torches extinguish, and the room itself goes dark for precisely 10 seconds. So for about 10 seconds, everything is dark, and no one can see anything.
I can. I mean,
Do you have Devil Sight?
yes, I do.
Okay. As far as you're concerned, everything in the room is suddenly gray. The lights, the torches, suddenly reignite. And you hear a voice that says, "Now I own your shadows. Next, I'll own your souls."
Ah.
You
Join the
notice
club.
that your shadows that are on the ground detach from your bodies and move over to one of the corners of the room, so where the wall meets the floor. And on the floor, they all form together into a strange blob that then separates into two blobs and form to, as far as you can tell, some sort of shadow. And all the way over here for this. It starts to attack. Both of them attack. Everybody could actually just roll for initiative.
Do the Final Fantasy battle music.
Dun, 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 dun. I forgot which one that was. Let's see.
Yeah, I kept thinking I left a faucet on or something with jukebox tripping water.
Let me go turn that off real quick.
Oh, is someone actually have
No,
dripping water somewhere?
I don't think so.
There we go. Combat music. While I try to find what the heck. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect.
So there's two shadow creatures what I'm getting here.
They are on the floor. Just release this here. Come on. There it is.
Do,
Perfect.
do, do, do.
So yes, it moved just so there's an idea of where the things are. These two creatures moved to the north wall. Or the north floor, I should say. And they are currently both, the shadows are currently both cast on the floor. They move towards you all. And check your fighting here. There it is. Never mind. Seconds. But Gur, you actually get to start off.
Okay. I will attack.
Okay.
What do you think these things are willing to pay to keep our shadows?
So that hits.
Frost damage. Did they take any of that damage?
They did not. You notice when you go to hit your blade into them that they don't seem to be phased by it.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, so I'll skip my second attack and use my bonus action to manifest an echo on the other side.
Okay, sounds good. It is now Saxon's turn.
Alrighties. My bonus action, I will cast my Mantle of Inspiration to give everybody temporary hit points.
Awesome.
How many? That's
It's 14.
14.
Then my actual action, I will reach into my bag of holding and pull out a small rock.
Sounds good.
And I cast light.
Aha. And where are you shining this light?
I'm going to place it between the three of us, so there's a nice little radius around us
Okay.
of beautiful light.
Awesome.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. It is now the shadow creature's turn. And what the shadow creatures do, one of them slides along the floor and actually attaches itself to, attempts to attach itself to you, Sax. But it seems to be pushing or trying its best actually to push away from the light, because as you're shining the light that you cast, It's making it look like it's kind of straining to get away, but because it has decided to attach itself to you, it seems to be having trouble actually navigating away or moving away from you. The other one moves and attaches itself to Tekken, and a very similar thing. Because there's that radius of light around you, it's trying to, looks like it's trying to strain away from you all. The first one goes to attack. DM screen. And it does not succeed in hitting Tekken. The next one tries to attack her. And also does not seem to succeed in hitting her. Yeah, cool. Next up we have Tekken. Tekken, it's your turn. You currently have a shadow that is attached to you and is trying its darndest to move away from that light source.
Yeah, I want to attack the one that is attached to me and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, I thought that was a flipping one.
Oh, you thought it was a 1? So
Classic
you hit
Tekken.
it, and you punch into the floor. And you damage the floor a little bit, but the shadow creature attached to you seems unfazed.
Oh, well.
Closer to the light source, Tekken. I want to see something.
Okay, I want to move closer to the light source.
Okay. You start moving closer to Sax. And in a turn of events, Sax doesn't try to run away. And yeah, you move closer, and as you move closer to the light source, the shadow is pushing itself to the side of where you are, trying to be as far away from that light source as possible.
Hmm. I wonder.
Well, sex ideas.
Well, I do have light-based spells thanks to my whole patron thing, so can try those and see how that goes. And if that doesn't work well, then I'm gonna have to talk to this thing that wants our shadow souls for some reason. See what's up with that.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna stand next to the light and end my turn.
Okay. Next up, we have Grr. What would you like to do?
I am going to go over to Sax
Okay.
and hold out my sword and ask him to cast light on my blade,
Okay.
the frost brand. I can't really do anything until that happens, so that would be my turn.
Okay, and as you walk over there, same sort of thing. The shadow is moving into a direction as far away from the source of light as possible.
I mean, I think I need light on the sword to cause damage, and we can use the pebble and the sword to try to corral them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an give me an investigation check, Gur.
My.
As you're wandering over to where Sax is, you notice on the walls there seems to be a lot of gashes, cracks, and various clumps of the walls missing. Okay, next up is Sax.
That's a weird thing to take note of.
Shoddy workmanship. No dwarf did this.
Then I'll cast light on Gur's blade.
Fantastic.
And then let's see
Light.
here. Let's see for my bonus action.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll end my turn.
Guess he is not in here. Wait, why do I have a girl?
Care to explain that?
Yeah, care
Oh,
to
yeah.
explain?
I remember. There was a time that I was making you all fight yourselves. So I had to load all of y'all in as
Suspicious, because
as
the rest of
characters.
us aren't there.
I just remembered that I can't roll for chip here because I didn't actually put chip in the campaign. So
Very suspicious.
over here, roll for chips. Entirely forgot to do that.
He could just go on Tekken since he's riding his shoulder.
Actually, yeah, we'll go with that. We roll the same initiative as Sax. We'll go with Tekken. Yeah. So you cast light on the sword. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Sax?
No, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Next up, we have the shadows. One of them, since you're now, it sees that Sax is the one casting light and doesn't like that, tries to attack you, Sax. To the best of its ability, because now
That's not very nice.
they're in reach. Let's see, does it hit? It hits. It slashes at you, Sax, and you take 7 damage.
Oh.
And there's a little shadowy wound where it dealt damage on you. The next one tries to attack
It's
you.
not good.
It hits again. Well, not again, but the second one hits. Trying their best to kind of maneuver around the light as possible. And it slashes you for another 7 damage. And same thing, those gashes kind of have a little shadowy essence coming out of it.
And I cast Hellish Rebuke. Will that work?
You can cast Hellish Rebuke.
Well, they have to make a dexterity saving 19, but I mean, I don't know how it works with these weird shadow things.
Yeah, that's why you just tell me what you want to do and I do it. Roll D20 plus modifier. Ooh. Well, they miss.
Okay.
And the fire, the hellish rebuke, the shadow does become engulfed in flame, but seemed no worse for the wear.
I made it worse.
Next up, we have Tekken.
I'm gonna stick my hands out and say, "Do me next," or I mean, put cast light on my hands
It's not
It
that
only
type
works
of
on-
game.
About to say, it's like, and it only works on objects, so I wouldn't be
too.
able
Oh,
to
it
do
does.
anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well. Huh.
Tortuga would see if you could have holied up your hands, but that's about that.
Well.
Good point.
Let's see.
You could take a rock from the ground, have Sax cast light on it, and then you could punch the rock into the back of your hand.
That sounds painful.
Seems. I don't know. It seems not efficient.
Or I
Oh,
mean, any item that you're wearing, like shoes,
what? Oh,
a bag,
okay, okay.
a necklace. Maybe someone has a set of prayer beads that you could, put on your wrist.
Where are these shadows kind of hanging out when they're not attacking us?
So one of them is attached to Tekken, and the other is attached to Gur.
But I meant like in terms of where they're like cast, I guess, or just like on the
Oh.
floor until they attack kind of thing.
Well, actually, they haven't appeared to leave the floor. They're kind of moving and slashing at you from the floor, and you're taking damage from it. I imagine you all are in the center of the room when you walked in. But if I am incorrect in where you all are thinking you would like to be, let me know and I will adjust my mind map accordingly.
Because I'm wondering if Gur was to, I guess, angle their now light-based sword somewhere, like if it can cast an actual figure from these shadows, then you could probably attack that. See how that goes.
I kind of walk around.
Yeah, to like make some type of figure appear against the surface.
It's an interesting thought.
Is there any liquid in the room?
You're gonna drown the shadows?
No, it's gonna like knock it over so the light could reflect off of it.
Oh.
There is not.
Okay, guess I'll pick up a rock and tell Sax to charge it with light and I'll stick it in my shirt.
Now stick it in my shirt. Wonderful.
You could actually hold it in your mouth, and then when you want to cast a light, you could open your mouth, and then when you don't want the light there, you could close your mouth.
That's
Like instant light.
Seems a bit
That's
unnecessary.
gross. I don't know where these rocks have been in this room. You. No, thank you.
Actually true. Does
So
not know where they've been.
Technically, if you cast light on the rock and then you put the rock inside your shirt, you're covering it, so the light isn't going to actually cast it.
Well, then that is not gonna help anything, is it?
Oh my god.
Honestly.
You could shove it up one of your nostrils instead of your mouth.
What?
Stop it. End your turn, Tekken, till we figure this out.
Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put my bag of devouring on the floor just in case, and then okay, that's what I'll do, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Hmm.
Chip looks around and goes,
Interesting.
"Ooh, shadows. I like shadows. I've chased my own before."
Dear.
And he jumps off of Tekken's shoulder into the air, and a small little psychic dagger appears in his hand like you've seen numerous times before. And he goes flying towards the floor where the shadow is that is attached to Tekken. And the blade goes clink and dissipates.
Oh, I should have.
And Chip goes, "That's weird, I missed!" and holds up his other little tiny hand, and another dagger appears.
Oh dear.
And he smashes it into the floor. And you hear clink, and it dissipates. And Chip goes, "I don't like these shadows." And now it is Gur's turn.
Okay. I will attack.
Okay. $25 will hit. Oh wow! For a second, I thought you actually only did 1 damage.
Plus damage.
So you swing your sword, and the initial hit doesn't do any damage. However, that little extra bit of damage you did at the end there, as your sword swings down, the shadow, in order to attempt to avoid the light, moves along the floor, and for a moment ends up being reflected onto the wall. And as it's on the wall, and that little 1 point of damage goes plink, you actually see the shadow shudder, and it reels back around onto the floor next to you.
Huh. So we do have to cast them onto the
Okay.
wall.
So, for my next attack, I will try to maneuver the shadow to the wall.
Cool. How do you plan on going about that?
Acrobatics.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check, please.
I kind of feel bad about this roll.
Why?
Is it a 1? Oh.
Oh, how would you feel
So-
bad about that?
Because Matt has all these plans, and I have a plus 17, so...
Yeah, but it's not our fault.
I would like to note, we've been playing, I think, for 40 minutes now. And finally a single point of damage has been dealt. I don't feel terribly bad.
This is what to say. It's like we still had to figure out how to even damage these stupid things. So
Well, combined with the wall was damaged, if I can keep it on the wall, then Tekken can punch it.
punch it.
And because you did a fantastic job with your roll, you go to jump around. And because the sword, you have the shadow itself actually elongates onto the wall, and a large portion of it is on the wall. I mean, as you land back down, I imagine you're trying to do some pseudo parkour around, but if not, go ahead and describe what it is that you're doing, because you definitely succeeded.
Yeah, spinning, jumping, tumbling, just trying to force the shadow off the floor onto the wall where I can set up for my friend, the monk Tekken,
Oh,
to
okay.
blast it.
Perfect. So, what we're going to do is say that was successful as all get out. So yeah, there is one shadow currently, Gur's shadow, that is being kept on the wall by Gur's deft maneuvers. And now it is your turn, Sax.
Wonderful. Use my bonus action to attack with my dancing rapier.
Okay.
And it's a 21 hit.
It does.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. And damage. Excuse me.
Okay. Then I will follow up with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Let's see, the first one. Is an 18 hit?
It does.
Okay. And then next one.
Nine plus 15.
Assuming that one didn't.
Ooh. So. That is 24. On that last blast, it actually caused the shadow to whip around trying to avoid getting hit, and it is momentarily taken it off the wall. You have how many rays
I have
from
one
your
more
blast?
beam left.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack. That one hits.
Let's see.
However, because it was trying to escape that third blast, it was actually on the ground when that last beam hit. Luckily, though, Gur is doing a fantastic job with her acrobatics, and it was only that one that ended up really missing. So Shadow goes whoop, and ends up back on the wall right before it is the Shadow's turn. And this Shadow realizes it's kind of being kept upon the wall, so it goes after Gur. Oh, and before I forget, Axe, at the beginning of your turn, you take 4 necrotic damage from those shadowy vapors that escaped from the wounds that were dealt.
Oh, this is about to get fun.
The first shadow that tried to attack Gur failed horribly. Not horribly enough with any sort of natural roll, but horribly enough that nothing happened. The next one that is attached to Tekken tries to go after Sax, again being that Sax is the one that cast light, and also misses. Next up, we have a Tekken.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna attack the one that's being projected on the wall.
Okay. You run towards the wall. Head first. Bang! No. You run up to where that one is on the wall and you start to punch. And you hit. As you get close, with your glowy rock.
Shadow boxing.
Oh my gosh. I'm sad I missed that. No. Give yourself inspiration, Sax. So, Tekken, you run up, and your shadow is still on the floor trying to avoid the torch that is on one side of the wall, Gur's lit sword, and your shirt rock. Yeah, your shirt rock. And then also the general light. It is trying its best to edge itself out into a tiny little angle away from the wall and away from the light as much as possible. But the one that is still on the wall that is attached to Gur, you definitely hit. So that's 8 damage. Next.
Okay, attacking it again.
That will hit.
It's a key point. And unarmed strikes.
That will definitely hit.
Okay, that's my turn.
22 damage.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is take my glowy rock and then put it in Chip's mouth and say, hold your mouth open and aim it at the shadow thingies. And then don't say anything because you're gonna mess it up.
Turn Chip into a flashlight?
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna put the rock into Chip's mouth?
Yes. I'm not putting
He
it in my mouth.
acquiesces. It seems that he's okay with it. As you do that, Chip happily takes hold and says, "This is a very strong nut. I have never seen a nut like this before." And then
dear.
at first he tries to crack it on the ground a couple of times and does not succeed, and then just pops it into one of his cheek pockets. And because it's in his cheek pocket, he has completely covered it, so there's no light currently coming out.
His palm.
Stupid squirrel. Oh.
How did you not see that coming?
I said not to. Oh, close it mouth after you put it in there.
Oh, my mistake. I am sorry. It is just a natural reaction that I have. And he opens his mouth, and as he does, he looks towards the shadow on the floor, and the small, tiny little angle that one shadow that's attached to you, Tekken, had, is no longer protected. So that shadow goes to whip around, trying to avoid it, and in doing so, ends up on the wall. Also, you dealt enough damage to Gur's shadow that it dissipates and is just kind of spread amongst, kind of absorbs into the other shadows that are being cast in the room. Once Chip, that's the word I'm looking for, sees the other shadow, he goes, "Ooh, I am going to try to hit him again." And this is now Tekken's shadow that's on the wall. So Chip raises a little tiny squirrely fist in the air and manifests a dagger and attacks and hits, dealing 9 damage to Tekken's shadow. And then another small little one little dagger appears in his other hand, and you hear Chip go, "Ah!" And as he goes, "Ah!" he opens his mouth and the rock falls out. The shadow is still cast around or against the wall. Let's see the hit. Yep, not a critical miss. The shadow is still cast against the wall. The rock is currently on the ground, however. And Chip follows up with 9 more damage. And then Chip twists the tiny little psychic blade. I forgot how much sneak attack damage Chip does. And Chip deals 29 sneak attack. The shadow is not doing terribly well. And now it is Gur's turn. Gur, it is your turn. Normally I would have had you make another check to upkeep your acrobatics, but the shadow is currently not on you. Shadow is it's now Tekken's shadow. Would you like to attempt to attack or try to keep it on the wall?
I'm sorry, I was on mute as I explained my technique. I will use my attack to keep the shadow on the wall, and then use my bonus action to attack with my other sword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a another acrobatics check, and we'll just make that part of your normal attack action. Due to how you described it. That's perfect.
Well, that's actually a 27, because I can't get lower than a 10 on these rolls. So
you're fine.
Yeah, I should be okay. And then attack with my... Oh, goody. I get to start to turn to stone.
Oh, wait, it's your Medusa blade? Yes, it is.
Yes.
And as he does this swing, so his acrobatics are doing fantastically well. Go ahead and give me a damage roll anyway.
Oh, okay.
8. Oh, wow. Just ones abounding right now.
I was about to say.
Con save with advantage. Let's get this done.
Snake eyes.
At least you got the
that's
ones.
Not enough. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say, oh no, I was gonna say at least the ones have moved out of the way before you had to make that roll. So the shadow actually does take a small bit of damage, but in the way that you moved the sword, it actually knocked the shadow. Well, not so much knocked it, but the shadow moved itself off the wall. So you were doing very well with your acrobatics, but then unfortunately, you slipped on the rock that Chip had dropped out of his mouth. I'm guessing that's what happened.
Chip.
It caused you to falter ever so slightly. However, you did do acrobatics fantastically well, so if you have any follow-ups...
No, that's it.
Okay. Next up, we have Sax. What would you like to do? The shadow is currently on the floor.
Can I maneuver the rock to try to cast it back on the wall with my bonus action?
Yeah, how would you want to go about that?
I will angle the light rock so that it scares the shadow back into the direction of the wall.
Okay, I'll say that that's just a bonus action for you. You know what? Just for fun, go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation check. Okay.
You have angled the rock in a very threatening manner. And the shadow, not only did it freak out and run itself against the wall, but at the same time, it has detached itself from Tekken.
Safe, Tekken.
And what would you like to do for your normal action?
I will cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
It's a 13 hit, though.
Unfortunately, the ACs of the shadows are very low. So, unfortunately for me, I probably should have prefaced with that. It hits.
Oh, it does. Oh, wonderful. So then, we shall roll for damage.
Eh. So you roll for damage. You make an attack with this guiding bolt. What does your guiding bolt actually look like?
I call down the energy from my Phoenix patron to charge into my fingertips and fire it off like a gun.
So do you like just kind of do finger guns at it? You look and go, bang bang.
Yes.
And always got to add that charm in there, you know.
While also thanking it for waking me up.
Oh, you hawk show. I approve 1000%. Spirit gun. Yeah. So you do that, and the shadow was already pinned against the wall, but you just obliterated it, and it dissipates back into the remaining shadows. And as this happens, the shadows themselves kind of pull off of the walls and form back into your own individual shadows, which make their way back towards yourselves. And you all have shadows again.
Yay.
The door that is over in the east is no longer shadowy, but just a door.
Does it still have a mustache? This is important information.
There is still a mustache on the door.
To know.
And you now notice that where there were just kind of recesses in that southern wall, there are doors in them instead. So there are actually two doors. There's one that's to the left side of the southern wall, and there's one that's to the right side of the southern wall.
Mm.
Is there any treasure in the room or
Anything useful?
Icon things?
You look around. Give me a perception check. All of y'all.
Okay.
Perception.
Where is that under the... Oh, just kidding.
So Tekken's just over there posing after the defeat, not really taking any sort of stock into what's going around. Gur and Sax, however, actually, I'm gonna do a perception check for Chip just because. Oh wow. 17. Not too bad for a squirrel. So Gur and Sax, you actually notice that the rock that was picked up and cast looks like after Gur stepped on it, it cracked a little bit. And you notice inside is a small little figurine looking thing that looks very similar to a lyre that you have, Sax.
This is one of those tokens that you guys are looking for.
I hope so.
Now then, let's make sure we take this. So you said there's two doors now, right? Well, outside of the mustache door, anyway.
Mm-hmm. You also notice in this room that there is a chipped. It's looks sort of like a longsword. Looks sort of like a great sword, but looks kind of old and chipped, and it's thrown against. It was hard to see because it was kind of stuck against the corner of the room, the northwest corner of the room. Just with the
By
torches and everything that
lonesome.
was going on, it almost kind of seemed to blend in. But you do notice that there's this sword over there, and it looks badly battle damaged. The edge is very chipped, worn down.
Did did we take it with us?
I mean, you have a bag of holding. Might as well put that in.
Yeah. It's the worst that could happen, he said, tempting fate. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that in the bag of holding.
Okay. Perfect. And there is also, you have found, for whatever reason, there's about 100 gold that was scattered around that blade as well.
That's random. I will spread it out amongst us.
Okay.
There is those two doors in the south. There's the one that's a single door that's kind of in the southwest, and then there's a double door that's towards the southeast.
Mm,
Let's go through the double doors.
Okay.
sounds like a plan.
You open up the double doors. Well, before we go ahead and do that, same thing, marching order.
Yes.
Good point. Good point. Oh, do I get to pick? I'd love to pick.
That's
Sax, you're up front.
What?
Huh? What's the order that y'all want to be in?
Tekken shall lead the way since he's the hardiest of the group.
Okay, considering it's double doors, two of you can fit side by side, and then one of you can be behind.
And then Tekken and I will go side by side in front of Sax.
Perfect. Chip is back on Tekken's shoulder, and he has picked up the two little broken rocks, and since the little lyre fell out of him, and is kind of playing around with them.
Dear.
The door opens, and this room looks like it is a bedroom. There is a bed in the southeast corner of the room. There's a table that has
You're getting pretty low.
Back
Oh,
to your
sorry.
mic.
How's that?
Yeah.
Better?
Better.
Oh, cool. Sorry about that. I had my map on the left, and I turned my head when I was talking.
Yes.
So
I knew exactly what happened.
I figured since you said back to the mic.
Like I'm
So-
looking at something.
Yeah, so there's a bed in the southeast corner. There's a table in the center of the room that has a mug on it. There's a plate of food. Looks like there's some flies buzzing around the food. There's a bookshelf. And yeah, there is an open, looks like a hallway in the east of this room. So you all have entered into this room from the north. And to the east, there is an opening. And then in the room is everything as I just described.
Is there anything on the bookcases or bookshelves or bookcases?
Bookcases, bookshelves, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, let's examine everything for treasure.
What do you examine first?
Personally, I want to look under the bed and
That's where they
Okay.
had all the good stuff. I'll take the bookshelves.
Okay. So, Gur takes the bed, you take the bookshelves. Tekken?
Guess I'll check the mug.
Okay. First off, we have Gur. Gur, you get close to the bed and there's Gur. Sax, you notice as Gur is getting close to the bed that the sheets on the bed are moving.
The sheets are moving. There's someone inside of the house.
Was this
Sax?
bed made?
It looked a little messy. It looks like there was an attempt to make the bed, but as you were getting closer to it, you notice once Sax mentioned something, it does seem that there is a form underneath the covers that are kind of moving a little bit about.
Okay. I would like to, grab the covers and release whoever is under there.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will wait until I have an action to do so.
Okay. So, that's your plan. Sax, you see that Gur has stopped investigating too much closer, but does seem that they are getting ready to pull a magic trick. Sax, as you look at the bookshelf, you notice that there's some items on armor smithing, some books on armor smithing. There is a small dagger that has been opened and stuck into the bookshelf. There's probably about 200 gold that's sitting in a small little mini treasure chest. The treasure chest was closed, but I imagine as soon as you see a treasure chest, you're going to try to open it. It looks like it's a child's bank, but it had about 200 gold in it.
Oh no, are we robbing children? I mean, I'm okay with it. I just need to know if we're robbing children.
You continue looking through the bookshelf, and you actually find that there is some books on changelings and some books on mimics.
Gross. Okay, I'm going to take the dagger and toss it over to Gur. And then I'm gonna take all these books because research.
Okay.
Oh.
Weaponsmithing, changeling.
What sort of dagger did I get?
This one looks not quite like a crease. It also is chipped and seems kind of like there's disuse, but there is a engraving is the word I'm looking for of the name Jimmy on the blade. And as you're looking at it, you see it looks more like an heirloom than something that would be meant for any sort of combat purpose.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. You also notice, though, on this dagger that there is a little kind of orb inset in the handle. Tekken, you see the food. Now the food, like there were flies, as I had mentioned, they're kind of buzzing about, but the food itself doesn't seem rotten. It looks like the food's been pretty fresh, just kind of nasty. Raw meat, which actually looks like it's still got bone, like some bone in it. Um, looks like there's beans that have been almost eaten away by acid. And you said you also wanted to examine the mug. The mug is actually piping hot. It's got what you think is hot chocolate. You won't know unless you taste it, but it's got what you can tell smells and looks like hot chocolate,
So
which is still pretty hot.
I think something was eating a meal here, and its drink is still warm, and it might have acid saliva
Oh,
and like flesh.
sounds fun.
So yeah.
So that means whatever it is probably very close. Possibly even under the covers.
The call came from inside the house. Second, I need to run to the restroom. Back momentarily.
Enjoy. Well, it looks like we're about to murder a child, so just want you guys to mentally prepare yourselves for that, because
Or a
looks like
giant fly child.
I mean, either way, it's still
Everyone's someone's
somebody's
child.
child. Oh, yeah, just be, ready to be child murderers. In all fairness, I probably have already done so on this adventure, so what's more to the body count, I guess. Tekken
Wait,
always
what makes you
says,
think it's a
F them kids.
child?
Well, some of the books and the little treasure chest was a kid's piggy bank, and then hot chocolate for like, you know, your meal. I mean, like, what adult person drinks hot chocolate? Like, not with alcohol in it. So I just feel like it might be a child.
Is this your anti-milk bias coming out again?
Probably yes.
I mean, if we don't speak the same language as it, it's like we'll never know. It's like, who's to say it wasn't? So yeah.
Well, don't you speak like all languages or something?
Yes, but
So
only when
then,
they're spoken to me.
okay, we can work with that. What languages does Gur speak? Or no?
Uh, Common, undercommon, elvish, and thieves' cant.
Hmm. Pretty sure that last one is made up. But,
It kind of is, but
I guess we'll see then. I guess we'll see how this goes. I guess you should probably have your blade on the ready just in case.
well, that'll keep the situation nice and calm when I whip open the sheets and stand there with a sword.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know if this thing. I mean, Tekken just said the thing might have acid saliva, so that's not good. That aside, I mean, maybe a little bit of intimidation would keep it from attacking us in the first place. I mean, I guess you could always ask it nicely to come from under the covers and see what happens. And if it's a child, we murder it. If it's not, well, then we ask it questions.
Oh.
Wait, that didn't come out right. That's fine. It's fine. Stand by what I said.
Did you ever get the previous Dark Pictures anthology game RPG? Because the next one's about to come out.
I did not, because I didn't realize it even came out. They're doing a very bad job of like advertising it, because I didn't even know it came out.
It is nice that they all come out every October, though. So it's like every Halloween time there will be a new scary Dark Pictures game.
Keep your spooky up. Did you play this? Did you play the what, that one? The
Yep.
most previous or most recent one? Was it good?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good.
Wait, does it have the co-op one like the first one?
I think it does.
Oh. That was fun. I had already figured out their trick. Although I'm kind of sad that I messed up our playthrough because I got that girl killed.
Yeah, I think Until Dawn is like the last one I played that like I got everybody out alive. Like every other one I've been like effing up every time.
No, I was like, F that noise because you had to like do that stupid like context one where you're like holding it to not move and stuff. I was like, you know what? Everyone just dies. And I'm just gonna have to escape with one person because nah, bruh. Nah. Although I think only the guy died in Until Dawn because I think had her escape without him. Everybody else was fine because they somehow didn't die horribly.
Yeah, and then like in the last one I had someone die at the very end and I almost had them all and I was like, yeah, oh, nope, lost one. Well,
That's what kind of sucked about when we played that previous because it seemed like everybody got free and then it's like LOLs.
after
She
credits
died
scene,
because I was
she
like,
died.
son of a...
She didn't live.
That was messed up. I was like, seriously?
From the choice that you made at the very beginning. Troll-a-la-la-la-la-la.
Exactly. So it's not even like we could like fix it to like just go. It's just like you would have to play the entire thing over. I was like, that's so messed up.
It's like, well, choices have consequences.
But it's like when you think it's just like we were trying to save her, so it's like, what are you gonna do? Just like, sorry, you're gonna have to just die, I guess. And then that's annoying. That was
That
annoying.
is like the reverse telltale of like, oh, you know that thing you did like way at the beginning? It's not like make a choice now and you're gonna see what happens.
The game was like, we will remember that, and they did, and they did. I was wondering why the trophy didn't pop, and then it was just like after credits, and it's like, that's why it didn't. We had gotten everybody off the boat. No.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hi.
Hello. I came back and I heard something about a boat.
Oh no, because we were talking about when that time we played the end that or I forgot the name of the actual anthology, but
Dark
it's
Pictures
like part of that.
Anthology, Man of Medan.
Yeah. Oh, and the Man of Medan one, yeah, because we we did the co-op one, and then like we had gotten to the end, and like everybody we thought we had gotten everybody safely off the boat, but then like after the credits scene, one person like died from a decision that we made at the very beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those things you couldn't even like go back and fix it because they'll play through the entire thing over again, basically.
Ah.
And it was all my fault because I was the one who made that decision.
I'll teach you.
Yeah, how dare I try to save someone's life?
Yeah. How dare you? How very dare you?
That actually happened to me in the last one because I think it was based on something I did at the beginning, but I haven't gone back and tested it to see if that's what it was. But then there's like so many things, so I'm not sure what it was. I'm just like, why? No, I was so glad.
So, um, last we had left off before I took a small interlude. You all found the food, and Gura was getting ready to pull covers.
Yes.
Okay, is that what you're planning on doing? Pulling those covers off?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any particular plan you have for this, or you're just going, nope?
Yeah, pretty much. I do not want to have like a sword ready or anything. I'm just going to open it up and deal with what's there.
Couldn't sex like
Okay.
telekinesis those sheets off?
I probably could.
Yeah, they weigh less than 500 pounds.
Wonderful.
Probably.
Wait, what do you mean probably? What kind of sheets are those?
It might be one of those really good weighted blankets for deep sleep.
I mean, someone's using a over 500-pound weighted blanket. I'm a bit concerned about what they might be. Right.
Okay.
Off
Let's
with the
do this.
sheets.
So before that happens, are any of you getting in any particular order, or is Tekken still by the mug and Sack still by the bookcases?
I mean, I guess I'll.
Yeah, they're still where they are.
Yeah, I mean, I really need to move for now, anyway.
Okay. So you pull off the sheets. You see that there is looks kind of a gesterish someone in gesterish clothing kind of lying on the bed. Let me grab a big. Come on, Matt. All you have to do is drag and drop a file. It's not that hard. But it is. Okay. Wait. That's my screen, no wonder. No, stop it! My touchpad is going a little crazy right now. Looks like that lying in the bed. Suddenly, when the covers get pulled off, it pops up, holds its hand out towards where the bookshelf is, sees where you are, almost gets disgruntled, and then looks and says, "Where's my dagger?" And then looks at Gur and says, "Hey, are you friends?" And it's an adult's voice, not a kid's voice.
Well, guess we don't have to murder it then.
Or feel guilty
We
if we
sure
do.
Wait a
are.
minute. So hold on. You're telling me that if it was a kid, you were going to, but since it's not, you're like, all's okay. I think I know the real one who has the mustache in this group.
I said what I said.
He's not a fan of children.
I am not.
So,
Yeah, here is your dagger, Jimmy.
he looks at the dagger. Hey, how'd you know my name?
Yeah, Gur. How do you know his name?
It's written on the dagger.
It's on the dagger.
Oh.
Oh no, that's my father's name.
What?
You
I'm
were
Jimmy the
junior?
Fifth.
I was about to say.
Oh, we're down the line there.
Have you all come from the shadowy room? It's very scary.
Yes.
It's not scary anymore.
Did you get rid of the shadows?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh. All of you must be very strong then.
I mean,
Maybe not the squirrel, but, the rest of us.
He looks at the squirrel. Animal! I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Ooh, we should play a game. And he claps his hands together. And as he does, all the lights in the room suddenly extinguish. Well, torches that were in the room because world setting and everything.
son of a.
And Sax, you just see shades of gray. You start seeing shapes of figures appear in the room. They almost look like they're growing out from the ground. And the lights, the flames themselves come back on. And you're actually looking at copies of yourselves. Looks like yourselves.
Blonde handsome.
And Jimmy says, "We'll see if you all are very good at playing my game." Roll for initiative.
Dear.
I don't know if I like this game. I don't know if I like this game at all, Jimmy.
Got a 22. JCP, well, Gur got a 6. Excuse me, Sax got a 14. Excuse me.
Seems pretty accurate. Also, she was pretty rude in that movie.
Got a 22. That's pretty good.
I finally watched the final chapter of that.
It was not
surprising, not
good.
as bad. It was okay. I liked the fact that they went back to the beginning.
Yeah, but
Wasn't
they
as bad
like
as it could have been.
took out like all that buildup they went through, and then
that,
it's like
that was annoying, but I already knew it was gonna happen because I already heard you talking about it. So
yeah,
I was like, oh, well,
so upsetting.
that was really good setup, and you just didn't use it.
So, find appropriate.
Also weird that like they left it open for like another one, and then they just decided to reboot it.
It's like, what was the purpose of this? We were testing you.
Perfect. And first up, we have Tekken.
Yay! Can I
Tekken,
see
there
anything?
Yeah, the lights are back on.
Oh, okay.
You actually see two. There is what looks like you and Sax, and then so you and Sax, I'm gonna say the lookalikes, are off in by the bookshelf, so where Sax currently is. And then Gur and Chip are actually over by the table where Tekken is. Jimmy is sitting in his bed, watching you all. And Tekken is the first one up. And Jimmy says, "Time for fighting!" and claps his hands. Tekken, you actually get to act first.
So you said there's another one of me?
Copies of
Yes.
each of us in the room.
There are copies of each of you. In fact, the copies all have funny looking mustaches on them.
Evil versions of us, or I guess evil, or in some cases, Chip.
Alright, well I guess I will try attacking my evil self.
Okay.
Let me get my thingy. Aha. Sorry, yeah, I can't dodge that, buddy.
It does. No. It hits.
Alright.
Nice.
Spending a key point and
15 and 11.
unarmed strikes. Oh man. Does that hit?
18. It does.
Alright, and that is my turn, and I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna taunt myself and be all where is it? Yeah, one of these. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So, it seems very intent on giving in to what you're asking it to do. So first, it actually takes its fists and goes to punch you twice. Bang, bang. First one hits. Second misses. But you take, let's see, 17 damage, followed, so bludgeoning damage. And then as it hits you, the pain of you being hit by yourself rings in your head and you take 7 psychic damage.
Oh.
Next, Tekken, I'm going to need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
As the pain of you being attacked by yourself hits, you take 44 psychic damage.
Holy crap.
And
I would use my Dragon Soul to redo.
okay,
Come on, big. Wait, that's not it. That's a check. Oh, yeah. Yes.
you almost get annoyed by you hitting yourself. And at the last moment, your resolve comes through and you're like, ha, I'm the real one. You're the copy with the mustache. And that doesn't actually hit you. Next up is Sax. And not you, Sax, but my Sax. Evil Sax.
Oh.
And Evil Sax makes its way over to you, Sax, and attacks you. And misses. And misses. And I need you, Sax, to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Right.
Ooh.
Can I use my inspiration for that?
Totally. You, Sax, on being hit by yourself, are probably thinking, ugh, the gall. And you take 44 psychic damage.
Jeez.
Next up is the actual Sax, the real Sax, the Sax everyone knows and loves. Your turn.
All right. So, for my bonus action, I'm going to cast my Mantle of Inspiration to give us all the temporary hit points.
Okay.
And I will also use its secondary feature to remove myself from this situation and put myself somewhere away from myself. Closer to Gur.
Okay. You're over by Gur.
Then actual action. Where is it? I'm going to cast slow. Just drop it on all of us.
Oh, casting slow on everybody?
It says up to 6 creatures of my choice.
Mm-hmm. So when you say on all of us, you mean the evil copies, right?
Yes, the eviler versions of us.
Okay, because you just said on all of us, so I wasn't sure if you were trying to affect your teammates. I'm not going to judge, but I figured I'd clarify.
No, I would not do that to them.
Cool deal. So you cast low. I believe.
So, wisdom
is
save of 19.
Let's see how well these things do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So, Sax and Tekken rolled a 3.
Oh,
And Chip and Gur rolled a 6. They're all slowed.
nice. Then that ends my turn.
With concentration.
Yes.
Make sure you maintain that concentration.
Well, not only that, I can't use like half my spells now, so you guys better make up for this.
That's okay. Is that your turn?
It is.
Okay. Next up, we have Gur. Gur, there's currently a copy of one of each of you that seems to be attacking. What would you like to do?
Are any of the evil ones close to me?
There is a copy of you and Chip that is close to you. There is also Tekken and Sax are, well, Evil Chip and Evil Gur are right around where you are, right next to the bed.
All right, so
Evil
I will.
Tekken and Evil Sax are over by Tekken.
I will attack evil me since
Okay.
good Sax is next to me.
Okay. A 32 will definitely hit, so you've dealt 14 damage.
I would
And-
hope so.
Now I will sneak attack the evil version.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, the way you said it, I imagine you like stuck one of your teammates, and then said, now for the evil one. Oh, 20, nice.
All right, won't do that. I'll attack again with the Frostbrand.
Okay. Hit. 10 damage. And an additional 3 damage.
And attack again for my bonus action with my Medusa Sword,
Nice.
which is only a 16, so I don't know if that hits.
It actually does.
Okay.
Wait, do these copies have RAC?
No.
They do not, as far as you can tell.
Interesting.
The evil Gur looks like it is a little worse for the wear. And the look it has, some of the features look like they're starting to melt a little bit.
Gross.
I am done with all the things I can do.
Okay. Up next, we have Evil Gur. Evil Gur who tries to attack the real Gur. An Evil Gur trying to attack. Actually, needs everyone to make a wisdom saving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Does Gur have a spell that... Do you have spells?
Oh, this is
I do.
And you want to tell me what spell this could possibly be?
It's none of the ones I have, so I
Well,
have
all of
ritual
you-
spells, and I have silent image and invisibility.
actually
Those are attack spells, so that's not.
Yeah.
actually managed to succeed. For a moment, you see a bright light flash of patterns in front of you all, but it didn't seem to distract anyone. Next up, we have Evil Chip. Evil Chip has an extra bushy tail with a tiny little mustache.
Tail has a mustache?
Evil Chip has a mustache. All of your evil characters.
I thought you said the tail had one. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Oh no. Sorry, may have
Your
gotten
description
muddled
was unclear. Yes.
there. Has an extra bushy tail, and also along with the evil mustache.
Ah.
Yeah,
Weird that
that's
he would
probably
grow a
it.
mustache out of his tail. Like, okay.
I'm sure with enough styling gel, it could happen.
True.
One moment. Just make sure I verify. Okay, cool. The evil Chip reaches out towards you, Sax, and I need Sax to make. Actually, nah. Evil Chip is going to go after normal Chip. Evil Chip reaches out with a small little furry hand and snaps. Let's see. Chip is making a wisdom save.
Wait, is that a spell? Using a spell?
Yes, it seems so.
Because if it is, then it needs to roll against the slow to actually be able to use it at all.
Yes. Good thinking. Needs to actually just make a
A d20. So if it's 11 or higher, it can use the action on its next turn, and if it's less, then it just can't use it at all.
okay, so 11 or higher. For the interest. But not seeming like I'm cheating. Hey, look. Guess
Why would we think you're cheating? I mean, you haven't been cheating before, have you?
No.
It's like, why would you? It's like, that's suspicious. Like,
So yeah. So as he does that, Evil Chip reaches out and snaps, and you see the normal Chip look up and go, "Oh, shiny!" And then the normal Chip suddenly stiffens like a board and boom, falls over. The normal Chip seems to be paralyzed.
Oh no. Our scroll is incapacitated.
I also.
wait, but
Need-
no, because you said it was a spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you can't use it then.
11 or higher, I cannot use it unless I misread.
No, it's the other
Oh,
like, if
11
you-
or higher does not take effect. Never mind, you're good. The normal Chip looks around and goes, "Oh, I am actually okay," and then stands back up.
Oh, dear.
And then the normal
You know what? I
Chip
can totally see that
Yeah, I
happening.
know.
I was about to say.
He got like pointed at. He's like, "Ah, I'm hit."
Like, oh wait,
Oh, okay.
I didn't die.
Good.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, I don't feel anything. Oh, nothing happened.
seems about right.
The normal Chip, upon standing back up, goes, "You cannot hurt me. Only my friends can hurt me." With their words, and then manifest a small little dagger and stabs his evil copy for 10 damage, and then stabs his evil copy again for for 7 damage, for a total of 17 damage. Track this. And then Chip goes, "And now you will feel the real pain." Sneak attacks. Jeez. 27 damage. And then Chip says, "That will teach you." And now it's Tekken's turn.
Okie dokie. Let's see here. Attack myself.
As this is going on, Jimmy is over in the corner, laughing and clapping. Well, not the corner, but sitting on his bed. You're attacking yourself, Tekken?
Mm-hmm. My evil self, yes.
For 13 damage. Success. Also, I believe their AC is -2, so that's going to make it even easier for y'all to hit.
Yes.
Okay, unarmed strikes. F me.
I don't think you want to do that, but okay.
And one more.
Well, you guys are in a bedroom together, so I guess you could if you really wanted
That is
to.
my turn.
Well, 12 plus 23. Hold on one moment while I figure out exactly what's gonna. Oh, so the evil Tekken, its features look like they're beginning to melt a little bit, kind of warp. One of the eyes starts drooping. One of the arms gets a little bit longer than the other. Kind of hunches over a little bit. Yeah. Next up is Evil Tekken. Evil Tekken reaches out towards you and goes to tap you on the forehead. Well, Evil Tekken does this to normal Tekken. Tiny little pop on the head. Tekken, can you give me a wisdom save?
Oh, yeah.
Success. That is it for Evil Tekken. Next up, we have Evil Sax.
Yes.
Evil Sax reaches out with a hand, and it's this material that suddenly appears. Like, reaches out with its Evil Sax reaches out with his hand, and there's a material that kind of forms in his hand and then becomes a sword. But you've seen something like this before a long time ago, a similar material back at the original battle cook-off you had in Guy Fieri Balls. For a moment, this material looks very similar.
That seems
And
so
then
long ago.
It snaps into your dancing rapier, actually. It slices at you. And misses
Nice.
horribly. Not as horribly as it could, but still pretty horribly. After it attacks you, it's your turn. Well, attempts to attack you. Did a really bad job.
All right. Let's see here. You said Tekken and Gur's copies are kind of like not looking so hot.
Yes.
Okay. So then let's do this. Okay, so for my bonus action, I will use my dancing rapier to attack Gur's double.
Okay. You hit.
Let's see here.
7 damage.
And then let's see. Okay, and then I will use my regular action to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. At Gur's.
First
Evil
one is
Gur?
at Gur's. Yes, at Evil Gur.
Okay, that hits. 8 damage.
And then
That will hit. 6 damage. Some of Gur's features are even more weird. The arms become elongated, the face becomes elongated, eyes are drooping, the mouth is kind of just hanging at the jaw a little bit, almost like a snake that is getting ready to feed.
Ew.
It definitely looks melty. And yeah, that is a critical hit. So that will do 16 plus another d10 because I maxed that out. Or, excuse me, 26 damage. Sax, you have obliterated Evil Gur. Would you like to describe your killing blow?
righties. So I summon up 4 spheres of Eldritch energy, and then they start to circle around Evil Gur. And then before they strike them, they move up into the sky and start shining like little spotlights on Evil Gur. And then Evil Gur starts to look around, all confused, and they can hear a disembodied audience around them. And then they get nervous because they realize they forgot all their lines. So then the invisible audience begins to boo them, and they get more and more panicky, and they start to sweat, and they start to panic, and they continue panicking and looking around and hoping somebody would help them as they keep screaming out, "Line, line," but nobody's coming to their help. So as they continue to panic and the boos get louder and louder, they begin scratching at their head, panicking, trying to look for the lines, and then they realize the lines are not going to come. So they reach into their chest, pull out their heart, and break it. And then sweet release, because now they don't have to worry about memorizing anything, and they're dead.
How long have you been fantasizing about killing me?
How long have you had that mimic sword?
Jimmy, upon seeing this, claps and reaches into his one of his pockets and pulls out. You actually, Gur, you actually notice this looks. It's a similar token that you're used to carrying a certain amount of, once in a while, that might help you with things. And you see Jimmy pull this out, and he actually breaks it. And then it's kind of crumbling. He blows it off towards you, Sax, and you suddenly feel inspired. Go ahead and give yourself inspiration.
Oh, wonderful. Then my final beam, Evil Tekken.
And for my final act, nice. Oh gosh, another crit. Look at that. It's not right. Why did... Oh, that's right, because crit damage is absolutely horrible in the normal way it works, which is why I do it this way. For 19 damage on Evil Tekken? Evil Tekken.
Evil Tekken, yes.
19 damage on Evil Tekken. More of Evil Tekken's features start to kind of melt away, and it actually looks like the skin is melty. It looks that he is more liquidy than solid at this point.
Gross.
He seems like he wants to strike a pose and tries to strike a pose. But the arms and the limbs just kind of bend in strange ways. Very unnatural. Next up, we have Gur. Gur, you just saw Sax absolutely obliterate your evil version in a fantastic way.
Yeah. And then Evil Chip was by us, but I think he moved.
Evil Chip is right next to Evil Gur, Evil You.
All right, so I will attack Evil Chip.
Awesome. That will hit.
Hmm.
14 damage.
5 cold
Oops.
damage.
That's wrong. This one. Not Tigger. 5. I know you said cold, but I heard it is gold. I'm thinking gold damage sounds amazing. Every time you get hit, you suddenly become worth less. 23.
Also deal psychic damage if that was the case.
You've hit Evil Chip so badly that his bushy tail suddenly is shifted into an arm.
The hell?
28 will hit. For 11 damage.
Another
6 more damage. Would you like to describe your killing blow of Evil Chip?
Sure. I stab him with the short sword. He dies. I pull him off the short sword. It's like, poor Chip. I knew him well, Horatio. I do not forget my lines, and throw his corpse on the floor.
I mean, it's not my fault your double didn't rehearse.
When you throw Evil Chip on the ground, Evil Chip splatters almost like Jello.
Gross.
Nobody will ever accuse Gur of not knowing their lines. It's now Chip's turn. You notice that Chip is looking at Gur, absolutely terrified. And Chip jumps onto Tekken's shoulder and whispers over to Tekken, "Have I done something wrong to make Gur mad at me?"
No, it was all
And
sex.
then...
It was all sex.
Heard that.
manifests a tiny little psychic dagger and thwip towards Sax. Evil Sax, not good Sax. And to his character sheet. Yeah, 28 will hit.
Well, yeah. I mean,
10 damage. Oh, you know what, I could do this for 10 damage.
I think we've come across anything that a 28 would not hit yet. Hopefully it stays that way, because...
Yeah. I'll go over here. And then follows up with another small little psychic blade. Thwip! 26 for 6 damage. And each time he hits the evil Tekken, he looks at Tekken And there's tiny little tears streaming down his face. He's going, I'm sorry, I do not actually want to hurt you. And then the sneak attack comes because Chip says, Tekken would never see that I am trying to actually hurt him. 35 damage. And that is Chip's turn. And we now go back to Tekken. Normal Tekken, not evil Tekken.
Okay.
Currently, we only have evil Sax and evil Tekken standing.
I'm going to attack my evil self.
Success. 11 damage. Followed by 9 damage. One of Evil Sax's arms has fallen off. And the mustache has gotten bushier.
Evil Sax.
I think he was attacking his evil self, his evil Tekken.
Or sorry, evil Tekken.
Tekken's dead.
Wait, who's evil me is dead?
Oh
No.
no, we are. Oh no, okay. So never mind.
Evil Chip and Evil Gur.
Evil you still alive.
Okay.
Not anymore. Tekken, would you like to describe your killing blow on
just
Evil
kidding.
You?
Evil you was now dead.
Let's see. Oh, I'll do a nice like a whole like pew, 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 bunch of punches like all at once, and then evil me just like falls back and explodes.
Because he was already dead.
Exactly. And same thing as you hit evil you towards the end. The more hits you make, the more splooshy and squishy your evil version feels. And same thing, kind of explodes into a weird jello-like substance. Similar to when Gur spiked Chip. Your last attack, I'm guessing you're aiming towards Evil Sax, which also hit.
Whoever's closest.
Yep.
I
Evil
think that's the only
Sax
one
is
that's
the only one
left.
left.
Okay, that works too.
And as Sax said, you'll survive all of you.
Yeah, I kind of will. Good luck with that.
The lyre on the back of Evil Sax has started to kind of warp and is bent.
His lyre was a lie?
Maybe it was made of lie.
For shame, evil me. For shame.
Evil you
Fuller me?
looks at you, Sax, and reaches out with a hand that extends a little bit more than seems natural and bonks you on the head with a finger. You get a little bonk. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
And then, give me a wisdom save, and then I would like you to roll a d4.
Eesh, that is terrible. I would like to use my inspiration for that.
Okay.
That was not much better. You said a D4.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Roll.
Okay, so that d4 is being subtracted from the 9, giving you a 5, which really not necessary, but I'm having you do it anyway.
I'm just about to
'cause
say, I was like, it's like the one that changed anything anyway.
Sax, as you get hit by yourself and what you did to Gur, it's still evil Gur, but in your head you still feel slightly guilty for some reason.
Why though?
And you take 44 psychic damage.
Holy hell. Alrighty.
And that is its turn because it can only do one thing. So now it is your turn, Sax.
Alright. Well, let's see here. I guess it's time to kill myself. So for my bonus action, I will use my dancing rapier.
Okay. $19. Let me see. I don't think you have to subtract. Oh, from rolls too. Okay, can you roll a d6 for me?
D6. All right. Let's see here.
A 6, which is subtracted from that 19, giving you a 13. That does not hit you. You do not hit yourself.
All right. Then let's see. I will. Going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I need to use something that doesn't use concentration. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Oh, also, before I forget, you need to make a constitution check.
Constitution check. Saving throw?
Yes, saving throw. 17. The amount of damage that you took from that was 44. Which is more damage than more than a 10. Half of that is 22, so you would have had to make a 22. Your concentration is broken. And your
That would be
save is
impossible
dropped.
for my constitution.
A nat 20, I usually say, will be a success no matter what. Even though there's technically no such thing as like a natural 20 save. I still count it, so. Depending. But yeah. Normally you'd have to make a... Oh, no. Thinking about something else. Yeah, so you would have to make a 22 in order to not have had your concentration broken.
I said that's literally impossible with my current constitution setup. So
yeah, when it comes to checking for concentration, because let me get closer. I am not a big fan of concentration, just because it can be really crappy if you're fighting big things. For concentration checks, if you do roll a natural 20, I count it as a success. Other stuff, you have to make the save, that's there, whatever the number ends up being. But for concentration, the max that I end up making you roll is 20, because it is really crappy. If you got a spell, you're really happy to use it, you pop out concentration, and the thing is like a 25, and for whatever reason it's impossible to make, then that means whenever you get hit, that's it.
you're
Your
gonna automatically lose
gone.
it. Yeah.
So, nat 20s for concentration checks from me. I house roulette, that is a pass. Success. Anywho, your slow has been dropped.
Oh no! Guys, make sure you murder me.
You heard the man.
Terrible. I mean, we got 3 of them down.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah.
I consider that a successful slow spell.
That slow probably saved you all. Quite honestly. So yes, is there anything else that you would like to do? Because I think you only did one hit of
Oh yeah, I did.
Eldritch Blast, so go ahead and
the rest of them.
I do need you. Well, actually, that one's a fail, so you don't have to worry about subtracting anything. But make your next beam, and go ahead and roll the d6, please.
Oh wait, forget about that. Sorry.
You're good.
What are you doing, thing? I don't know why I did that. Because... D6.
Yep. A 4, which would bring it to 19, which still hits. So, you have dealt 14 damage to evil you.
Let's try that again. Anything I roll on that is probably going to miss, I'm assuming. So.
This one, yes, no matter what you roll, so I'm not going to make you roll that one.
All right, so then not. Then D6 will not.
That's going to leave you at a 21. That hits.
All right.
7 damage. Nicely done.
All right. That should be all 4 beams. I think.
Awesome.
Yes.
Next up, assuming you're done.
Yes.
Okay, it is Gur's turn.
Okay, I will attack.
Oh, actually, I was supposed to make you be rolling a d8 at this point, but that's okay. We'll just do that for next time. Not your last round. I'm not going to retcon that. A 28 will hit for 15 damage. Evil Sax's mustache gets very bushy. 18 damage. Both of Evil Sax's arms have fallen off and splashed on the ground. An 18 will hit. $14 damage. Grr! Describe your killing blow.
I stab Evil Sax, get in real close, put my arm around him, and then make him take a final bow, and then drop him on the floor.
That seemed personal, but I'm gonna overlook it.
Jimmy claps and does the same thing, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a token that looks strangely similar to something that you've seen before, Gur, and crushes it and blows it in your direction. And you feel inspired. You can give yourself inspiration, if you did not already have it.
Okay.
All of the evil copies of you all, the weird jelly-like substance that was there, they all melt away into puddles that are on the floor. Yeah, that's the one I was playing. Jimmy claps and says, "Hey! That was good. You are all very strong, aren't you?"
The crap, man!
I haven't seen people like you in a long time. I've been around here sleeping. Then I've been stuck here because of those shadows. They were very mean. They would taunt me. I would go in the room, and the room was very dark. It was very scary. So I've just been staying in here, waiting. I don't quite remember why. But you all seem nice. Would you like to be friends?
I mean, you just tried to kill us, so...
I did no such thing.
I'm sorry, did we all miss the whole copies trying to murder us thing? Was I the only one who saw that, or what's
You wouldn't happen to know your way around here, would you?
I do, actually.
Oh, okay. You can be our temporary friend then. Sure, yeah.
Temporary? Friendship is not temporary. Friendship is forever.
Sure is. It sure is.
Chip looks over to Jimmy and says, "Ah, I like this weird person. We should be friends."
Yeah, you can be Chip's friend. Yeah, that works.
Do you all accept Jimmy's friendship?
I mean, does Jimmy have any tokens on him? Trying to see something.
I don't know. Would you like to ask him?
Hey, Jimmy, do you have any tokens on you that, might happen to be, keystones for a magic mirror?
Oh, you're talking about the lady's mirror. She's upstairs and she is not very nice.
Well, wait, are you
And
talking
then-
about the Dro lady?
I think he is.
The lady who sits on her throne, and she sits there. She is very self-important, and she thinks very highly of herself, and she is very mean. She locked me in this room.
Oh.
She told me anyone who comes through, I can get them to play games, but anytime I played my games with them, usually they would not be around for very long, and I was not able to make any friends. But you all have succeeded in my game, so we can be friends.
So we're just gonna gloss over the fact that he murdered a bunch of people before we got here.
We've done the same thing, so.
I mean, he doesn't know that. Alrighty then. I mean, I guess we might as well take him with us.
I mean, we are in an alternate timeline anyway, so it's not like he's gonna stick around. So another weirdo to the weird friends in this weird timeline.
Good point. This is future us's problem.
Technically, this is future you.
Well, technically, we're past future us because it's like it's a whole thing. Time travel sucks. This is annoying.
Are you all wizards?
I mean, in some sense, it's a bit complicated.
I was told I'm not supposed to ask any wizards about anything dealing with time travel. They tried explaining it to me once, and I got very confused, and then I did not have my friend anymore.
Oh, that seems bad. So
You were asking about a token?
Yeah.
You mean these? And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls a few out, and they look exactly like the ones that he was kind of crushing. That gave you all inspiration. And same thing, Gary, you look over and you notice these look very similar to things that you actually can create sometimes. He says, "Are you talking about these?"
No, I'm not talking about the souls that you're stealing. I'm talking about the ones that look kind of like these things. I will show him the token that I have with the
They're
lyre
not
on
being
it.
stolen. They're just people who did not stand up to being my friends, so I have kept them forever. And he puts it back in his pocket.
That's better. Is this your rationale, girl? Is that how you justify what you do?
No.
Wonderful. Well then, I guess we'll just have to have you help us navigate this place then.
Oh, yes, certainly. That is not a problem at all.
But where should we go from here? Because we need to collect these tokens.
Well, he leans in close to you and says, "You know, when the mean lady upstairs locked me in here, I was sneaky. Took something from her."
Dear.
And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a tiny version of a symbol of Helm. And he says, "I took this from her. She still doesn't know I had it. Would you all like it? I'll give it to you since you're my new friends."
We will definitely take it.
He holds it out and tries to give it to you, Sax.
I'll take it. All right. Now, is there anything else in this room of use by chance?
I mean, there's some kind of gnarly food, some hot chocolate.
We're good on
You
that.
already took the books. Jimmy says, "Ooh, we're going on an adventure. I should probably take my life savings." And he reaches under the bed and pulls out a very large sack and hefts it over his shoulder.
Huh.
So, was there any reason you had so many books on mimics and changelings?
Is that what those were?
Do you not know how to read?
Oh no, I know how to read. You're talking about the scribbly papers. Yes, I read those.
Scribbly.
Wonderful. He doesn't know the word for books. It's fantastic.
So, would you happen to be an expert on mimics and changelings?
Yes, my family was very interested in them.
Interested in murdering all of them?
No, not at
Oh.
all.
Yeah, me
Do
neither.
you want to murder them?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. It would not be very nice if you wanted to murder them.
I know, right? I mean, everyone loves mimics.
Especially Zags. And like tap him on the back.
You know, I'm really starting to get concerned that you might be evil Tekken.
Wait a minute. Are one of you a mimic?
No, I mean, not technically.
Oh, he seems very sad. Okay.
I am a changeling.
Do you know Billy? Billy was a changeling.
Ha. So much to unpack there. So much to unpack
And I guess
there.
Billy was another person that he tried to get to be his friend and didn't make the cut.
Probably.
Maybe. When we're shifted, I can't even tell my own relatives apart. So
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out one of those, which you know is a soul token, and looks at her and says, "Here, you can have Billy."
Oh. Well.
And he drops Billy's soul token into your hand, assuming you had your hand held out.
okay.
I just... Huh.
Billy was my friend with the evil elf lady upstairs. She took him from me, but I made sure that he was not far away after she took him. Please take care of Billy. If you're a changeling, Billy would have liked you. He was a changeling.
Okay. Thank you.
Well then,
So, what are we doing next, friends?
I guess there's this wonderful hallway that we can go through, I guess, since... Wait, you said there was a hallway in here, right?
Yes. To the east. Jimmy says, "Yeah, that hallway. And you look, and the hallway seems very, very long." Jimmy says, I've always tried to leave here through that hallway, but it did not work out too well.
In what way?
That way. And he points towards the east.
For the love of all things holy. I mean, how did it not work out?
Oh! I tried to leave and couldn't.
Like, literally could not?
I went that way, and then it didn't work.
Show me.
Okay. And he gets up and runs in that direction, and then you see him turn around partway into the hallway, and he runs back into this room. See?
But you...
Unless I am in another room. And he looks over to Gur. Do you have Billy?
Yes.
Let me see Billy.
Okay. Here you go.
What is happening?
No, you can keep him. I just had to make sure you had him. That way I know that I am in the same room that I started in.
hell? What? I don't. What? You said you couldn't leave, but you just left
Yes.
the room, and you just came back of your own free will.
What's free will?
Let's just go.
Okay, but it's not going to work out too well.
Why did you keep saying that? I mean, you were just in the hallway just fine.
No, did you not see? And he runs into the hallway. And then partway into the hallway, you see him turn around and he runs back into this room and says, "See, I can't get out."
Because you keep coming back.
That's the problem.
Maybe he's not turning himself. Maybe the hallway is turning him.
Wait, do you think it's like some kind of weird flecty thing?
Who
There's
knows
only
what
one way to
magic is
find out.
involved.
Right, let's try this and see how this works then.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Not that one. It's open already. Okay. So, you all get up. You know, this is actually kind of nice for a change. No zone of truth dropped. So, yeah.
Well, it's because we don't have the spell.
I know. By the way, just because everyone seems to be in flux, whenever we play a session, if people aren't here, we're just gonna pretend that's how it's always been. We don't have to keep coming up with reasons why people aren't here. Or we could do the thing I was gonna do, but I don't think people would enjoy that.
That sounds terrible for no reason.
Pretty much every time people weren't here, you all would just wake up the next morning to find that they were dolls. And then there's reasons for that. But yeah, so Jimmy says, "Okay, you all go and try."
Okay.
Now
I'll go
looking down the hallway, you kind of gauge it at maybe about 60 feet.
Hmm.
So what do you all do?
I would like to walk down the hallway.
Okay. Is anyone following Sax or?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm just trying to watch.
Okay. So Tekken, you're following Sax?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sax, you start walking into the hallway and you're walking. You continue walking. You can see where the end of the hallway is. I'm on the other side, and you walk. And when you get to the other end of the hallway, you walk into a room, and there's Jimmy and Gurr and Chip. And
What
Jimmy
the
says,
hell?
"See? I told you."
Huh. That's annoying. You wouldn't happen to know whether or not this hallway was spelled in some way, would you?
I told you that I can read. How rude.
For the love of all things holy. There's some kind of magic spell on the hallway.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there is.
That would make a lot of sense as to what's going on.
You know a possible way to break said spell?
Did you feel anything weird halfway through or something?
No, I was just walking, and then all of a sudden it's like, LOLs, we're back in the room.
Jimmy suddenly has a moment of clarity and says, "If I knew if there was a magic spell here, don't you think that I would have left by now?"
Well, no, because you may not have had the means to do so. Just because you know it's there doesn't mean you could actually break it.
But I've been very good at breaking things. It's part of the reason that I've been stuck in this room.
I'll circle back around on that in a second.
That's
But
exactly the problem.
I don't. Whatever. Whatever. There is another room across from this one that we can check out at least in the meantime, and you can figure out the weird cursed hallway later.
All right, so I will try to walk through the hallway. Halfway through, start walking backwards.
We're going to walk into the hallway and halfway through start walking backwards?
Yes.
Okay. You all see Gur wander into the hallway. And you all just see him walk right away from you all. Gur, you suddenly find yourself in, hey, I think we'd get this far tonight. Hold on a moment.
We can end if you want.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just didn't have this one open.
It wasn't planned. He didn't plan.
I did, but I can't show you my notes. It tells you too much. You get into this room, and one of the first things you note is there is a giant granite slab completely covered in writing. We'll get back to you in a minute, Gur. The rest of you just saw Gur walk down the hallway and kind of walk through the other end and vanish, essentially, into another room.
Wonderful. Did we see what they did before the disappearing act?
As far as you all could tell, Gur walked into the hallway and just continued on walking.
All right, I would like to cast message and point in the direction that Gur went.
Okay.
Okay. Are you alive, and what did you do?
Tekken, suddenly you hear a voice in your head that says, "Are you alive, and what did you do?"
Crap, my magic is
Yes, I'm
reflected
alive.
back too.
I'm just standing right here.
Pain in the
You
butt.
hear that in your head. Sax?
Oh, thank you, Tekken. It's good to know that my magic is reflected back through this stupid hallway. Well. I'm just going to use deductive reasoning and assume that Gur is going to hopefully come back and explain what they did. Otherwise, we'll just have to figure this out and realize that if we're going backwards, then we need to go backwards in order to not be going backwards.
I mean, I'm not going to make y'all meta so much to the point that you have to try to figure out an in-game reasoning as to know what you did, but...
Wonderful. Nope.
If you can figure out somehow something that...
Can I yell through the corridor?
Don't see why not.
I will yell halfway through, start walking backwards.
You hear an echo. Sounds very much like Gur.
Nope.
And Jimmy smacks himself on the head and then says, "Why didn't I think of that? I was champion of walking backwards when I was younger. See?" And then Jimmy runs into the hallway backwards. And then he suddenly runs back into the room backwards.
I think you have to actually be going forward first and then turn back before you're reflected back in order for this to work.
Why would I turn around? Then I'd end up back here.
No, because you're not technically turning around so much as you're kind of like... How do I explain this? You know what? Just walk forward and turn your back and walk backwards. Don't ask questions.
Jimmy says, "Okay, and walks partly into the room. A little bit into the room, he turns backwards and continues walking. Then he turns forward and continues walking. Then he turns backwards and continues walking. And then you see him walk right on through.
All right, let's do this. Honestly, okay, so I'll go my halfway and turn around and.
Chip says, "Ooh, wait a minute. I am very confused as to what we're supposed to do," and then jumps onto Tekken's shoulder.
I will walk halfway down and then turn around and walk backwards the rest of the way.
Fantastic. You all end up in the same room. First, Gur, you see Jimmy run into the room, and he looks kind of confused and then sees you and says, "I think I know you. You knew Billy, right?"
Yeah, that's me. We're okay here.
"Oh, fantastic." And then the rest of you show up, and Jimmy sees you all, and he goes, "Oh, hey, my new friends. Our other new friend is right here. He still has Billy, so we know he's the real one."
Yeah. Yeah. So, Gur, how are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't explain what I was doing. I'm not used to solving things on the first try.
It's cool. I mean, I guess we would have got it eventually. Unless Jimmy kept running it headfirst into the hallway.
That's so funny to me. It's like he just kept trying the same thing.
What did you do to Tekken?
Kill him, apparently. He's leaking air now. Did you find anything interesting over here?
Well, there's this writing over here that I thought the monk could decipher.
Well, once
I'm
he
sorry, I
stops
think
dying,
it's too late
we
for that monk.
Let's do that. I was
Yeah.
it's like,
I
once he's
think
no
we might
longer
want to
dying.
call it.
I thought I could only stuff that was like spoken languages
I
or
don't
something.
know.
Let me
Like
see.
your skill
Yeah,
thingy.
the tongue of the tongue of sun and moon is you can understand other people and everyone can understand you, but it doesn't come to writing. Luckily for you, this is in common. Anywho, so in here
To decipher
you
that we all speak
see
that.
that there is a piece of what was once a tall slab of gray granite and is covered in writing. Most of the stone slab is broken and missing, but you can actually read part of what appears to be the saga of someone named Lord Canard. And it is written in common, as I mentioned, so you're able to read this. Strange lettering that no one in the party recognizes covers the remaining part of the slab. Directly beside the remains of where the slab is a very imposing and quite obviously enchanted door. In common, the part in common that you can read says, "Lord Canard banged and kicked in a sad attempt to open the chamber door. Desperate for ideas, he thought back to his first day at the magistracy, how his friends helped him open the main gate. That was it! Canard knew what to do. He simply traced the word open in the language of the keepers, and immediately the door opened." And Jimmy goes, "Lord Canard! I used to know him. Or I had read about him. It's been a while. I don't remember." Let me
I don't know what this language of the keepers is.
get you a thing here. It is. You see this? Wow, that's kind of funny that it's in blue. See if this is any better. About the same, but at least it's not in the weird blue selection. There we go.
Um, is the language on the bottom of that slab the language of the keepers by chance?
You safely assume so.
Well, based on assuming that passage is being repeated at the bottom, and then there are several times where certain symbols are repeated when only word that's constantly repeated in this thing is open. I can hazard a guess as to which words are probably open. So I will attempt to trace that into the door. Let's see.
You're gonna trace the symbol.
The symbols are symbol like the ones that are like towards the end, kind of, but slightly before it. The one with the little EO backwards E thing and that deal.
Gotcha. So you go ahead and trace that into the door. And the door unlocks.
Alrighty then.
I'm just gonna pause here for a minute.
Okay.
Of all the puzzles I've had, this is the one that I figured would have taken the longest amount of time. And in 5 seconds, and you looking at that picture, you have solved it.
I'm sorry?
Don't apologize. I'm just noting that I still, to this day, have no idea what would kill you, what won't kill you, what is easy and what isn't easy. I'm constantly surprised, and it's fantastic. That's all I'm getting at. So yeah, the door itself unlocks. And you find yourself in a large room. There is a sense of calm here. You actually kind of feel like you might be safe in this room.
Nice.
You note that there is a table of fresh food and drink inside here. And there is a door to the north. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a door to the north. And also, in this room, you have found, looks like a treasure chest. 2 treasure chests, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can we tell which one's the mimic?
You know, by me answering that question, no, you can't tell which one is the mimic.
One of them is a mimic. Oh, why? Why?
Well, no need to assume. Maybe they're both mimics.
It's worse. Why would you even say that? It's worse.
Maybe they're friendly mimics that want to be your friend.
That's not a thing.
Jimmy says, "Oh, I read about these in one of my books. The one about mimics."
I hate it here.
And then he says, it's been so long since I've seen one. Hello, little mimic. And Jimmy walks over to one of the treasure chests and goes to open it. And then slumps down dejectedly and goes, "This is just a treasure chest filled with treasure."
That's great. That's actually great.
Well, maybe the other one is a mimic, Jimmy.
You're right. And he opens that one, slumps down as well, and says, "This one's filled with treasure too."
Oh, thank goodness. Yes, let's loot the actual treasure chest. I'm so happy.
The first treasure chest actually contains 500 gold, a small jade turtle, doo-doo-doo, and a unusual looking gem, which I will grab the picture for in a little bit. The other treasure chest has a smaller treasure chest inside of it.
Gosh. Why? Just don't understand.
Jimmy looks and says, "I don't want to be disappointed by treasure anymore. You all can open this." And he gets up,
I
walks
feel
around,
like
and
you
goes
should
to sit down at the table where the food is.
should definitely check it, Jimmy, to make sure that it's not like a baby mimic, because I'm assuming that's a thing. So,
Baby mimics don't look like treasure chests. Baby mimics are cute.
gonna ignore that. But I'm gonna take that turtle and that gem, I guess.
Okay.
I'll open the chest inside the chest.
Inside of the chest is a small token, which looks like a fist.
Yay! My thingy.
I will toss it over to Tekken.
Don't say it, Matt. Don't say it.
Say it.
And you hear Jimmy. He's over there actually enjoying the food. Like, this food's delicious. It tastes so fresh. And you notice that he's picking up the food and just mashing it against his mask. He's not actually eating it.
Huh. That is
Disturbing.
yeah. 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 Not really how you eat food, but okay.
He goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. I need to remove this to eat." And he very slowly and carefully pulls a little bit of the mask out, places an entire chicken underneath it, and it just, you hear some sounds, and then the bones of the chicken just fall out from under the mask, and he lets the mask go back against his face, and you notice the bones are kind of sizzling, charred.
That's better, I guess. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that one. So I guess we can partake in the food and rest up at least.
Jimmy says, "The food tastes delicious. You all should try some of this."
Yeah, we should probably eat and take a long rest if we feel safe.
Yeah. I took quite a bit of damage in that last fight, which super fun. Super fun.
It was. It was very fun.
And once again, Kid isn't here. Be here for these wonderful fights that he keeps saying that were not gonna murder us.
So, you all eat the food and feel very revitalized. You can heal back to full.
Let's see here. How damage did I take? Okay. Nope, it's more than that.
Chip has actually jumped on the table and is doing zoomies back and forth, grabbing some little food and nibbling things on the way. He seems to be very energized by something. Then
Is
he
it
starts saying,
drugs?
"No, not this time." And he starts saying, did you see how you all took out those guys? You were like, bang, bang. And then Tekken punched one of them. And then Gur stabbed one of them. And it was really cool. And then Sax hit one of them. And I did some stuff too. And he keeps running back and forth.
Are you sure it's not drugs?
Did anything actually? You just sat and watched.
Chip looks and shoots you a glare and goes,
Oh wait, Chip. I'm sorry. That was the weirdo.
oh, no,
Our
no.
friend.
Jester guy?
No.
Well, no, the Jester definitely didn't do anything except, try to murder us, but it's cool.
Jim
It was a
seems very
friendship test, sucks.
taken aback. He says, I did not try to murder you. It was just one of my games.
Well, you and I have very different definitions of games because that was definitely attempted murder.
You hear him go,
Trust me, I know.
well, you're not dead now, are you?
Yeah.
If you are, you have to tell me.
This isn't entrapment. This isn't how this works. But what are you even? It's not important. It's not even important. Honestly.
Okay. So, Gur, are you eating some food? Chip is eating
Yes.
some food. Sax, are you sitting down?
Yes.
Are you eating some food?
Yes.
Cool. Same Tekken?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Do it, Tekken. It's a trap.
Suddenly, Sax, you feel a chair beneath you start to move, and you feel like you can't get out of the chair. No, I'm just kidding.
Son of a.
Yeah, the food when you eat it, you feel a really strong sense of refreshing sense, similar to the food you've had when you were at Guy Fieri-Ball's place, actually. And yeah, you do feel in this area that you might be able to actually take a nice little rest, heal up, regain some of those spell slots.
Then let's do that, because my magic back. Beautiful.
All right, so I think we should be done for the night because we're not going to solve a puzzle that quickly anymore.
And we're in a safe spot, so probably
That was
good,
incredibly impressive, honestly. The fact that you even had the forethought to just trace the symbol on the door, like, good job. Very good job. That was great.
I mean, I guess it's better that this puzzle happened when Tortuga wasn't here distracting us with his various lickings and whatnot. So there's that.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you would have tried licking the word into the door or something. I don't know.
Yeah, accidentally link it.
Yeah, accidentally solve it. But yeah, also y'all can level up. It's been enough time.
Yay!
Da, 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 da.